Good morning, everybody. It's Michaela from Hooked in a Flash. If you'd like to find me, you can do so on Instagram as Hooked in a Flash, Facebook is Hooked in a Flash Crochet, and then you can also see my patterns that I make on Etsy as Hooked in a Flash as well. How's everyone doing? It's been a while. Sorry about the break, but it was unintentional, but I did, we needed it right now. We are still renovating my son's room, so there may be days or weeks at this point, who knows, where I have to move stuff around. I'm trying my best. My shoulders are still kind of messed up. I don't know what I did, but they're still kind of messed up. I did go see my amazing friend who worked on my shoulders and helped quite a bit, but they're still not the best. So I'm moving slow. So I don't have very much to show you guys. Plus, I did make a toy for my niece, excuse me, for her birthday, and I had to give it away before I was able to show you guys. It's it's just a random pattern. I didn't make it up, or I made it up. I didn't write the pattern or anything like that. I'm calling it a baby water dragon. It's 19 inches long, so I made it the size of a normal newborn baby. And it has a little dragon head on it, and then almost looks like a seahorse type body. It has little fins on the end, some arms, and then little dragon wings on the back. It's super cute. You guys just have to imagine with me. Oh, it's cute. It's blue. I will try to get pictures up for it, but the problem is I didn't take pictures because I'm dumb apparently. So if I can get pictures of it from my sister-in-law, I'll get pictures. If not, I'm sorry, guys. What have I been doing though? Besides that, I did work on that exclusively for a while because I'm slow right now. I can only do, so much work before my shoulders are getting really tired and fatigued. So I worked pretty much exclusively on that. But I did do a couple other things. My husband got me this yarn, and I think I threw away the tag, you guys. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. It's beautiful. I think it's called Malabrigo Secret. Yes. It's wonderful yarn. Beautiful. So I really wanted to make this into a shawl. And I've never tried the crescent shawl shapes yet. So that's what I'm trying here. It's not a pattern or anything I'm doing. It's just a crescent shape, like just a standard crescent shape, no frills or anything like that. I may do some lacing. Me and some friends were talking about possibly doing some lacing in it just to break up this. But the two reasons why I haven't done it yet. One is this yarn feels so good anyways. And then when you put it on garter stitch, it makes it nice and squishy. And I'm having a hard time giving that up for lace. But the other thing is that I'm trying to decide if I do, if I do lace, what pattern or what type of lace I would want to do for it. Am I just going to do open holes like this all the way around, or if I'm going to do a pattern? I don't know. Haven't quite decided. So this kind of has been sitting in the back burner. I really like it though. This yarn's beautiful and soft. It's been really, really good to work with. I have no problems with it whatsoever. So, and see, just playing with it right now, I'm like, oh, I want to keep it garter because it's so squishy and soft. But it would look really nice with lace. And I'm sure if I started the lace, I'd be like, oh, that's beautiful. So, who knows? The second thing that I've been working on, I actually made it all the way down to where you separate for the arms, and then realized I read the pattern wrong. And I had to take it all the way back out. And we're going to, this is essentially sock weight yarn. It says it's DK, but it's sock weight yarn. This is not here. This is, oh, there it is. Hold on a second. I'll grab the thing for you. That's what happens when I don't record for a while. I forget what I'm supposed to be doing with you guys. Okay, this is Barocco Remix Light. I have 3 skeins of this. This is 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, 9% linen. It's machine wash in cold water, lay flat to dry. And these are 100 grams, 432 yards. It says it's a lightweight 3, but again, it's the same size as my sock weight yarn, so I don't know where they're getting that. Maybe from the poofs of it. I don't know. Very, very soft. I really like it. After a while, I can feel in my finger, like, I don't know. I'm kind of weird. Sometimes certain things, certain types of yarn, when it's rubbing on my finger to knit or crochet, it just gets to like irritating my skin. So after a while, this does, and I'm not sure. I feel like it's the little poofies that are on this. I'm not sure what that is, if it's the cotton, but my hands are dry maybe, and it's like, you know, catching on it. I don't know. The other thing with that too is it's the first yarn that I've ran into that drags on these needles that I have. Usually everything slides right across, but these have a slight drag on them. So that was something that, and it's not bad. I don't want you guys to think that it's a bad drag or anything like that, but it's just something that I've actually noticed, and I usually never notice it on the ChiaoGoo cables. So that was just something to, but so I made it, you know, all the way down. I had to come all the way back up to here. I didn't have to redo my short rows. I got to keep my short rows on the front, but I had to redo everything, because if you get this pattern, the pattern is, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really trying to get back into the swing of things, but I can already tell this episode's going to be a little weird. So if you purchase the yarn for the Barocco Remix Light for this pattern, you get the pattern for free. It's an effort to support the local yarn shops. So in here you have these rows of increases followed by a row of non-increases for my size. Now if you're a small, I don't think that these non-increase sections are there. But for me, what I read it as is do these increases rows, do my 6 in this, and then repeat this section again and go to the next, because we have 3 sets of the increases, right? So I did this twice, and this twice. And I was, usually when I'm doing my own patterns, I stop every few rows, try it on. Okay, go again, stop every few rows, try it again. And this one I'm like, you know, I measured correctly. This should fit. Just go for a little while. Try it on when it gets closer down here, and then just trust the pattern. You know, there's lots of people that did this pattern. So I decided I'm not going to try it on or anything. It took me forever to get down here, right? And I finally get down there and I try it on, and I look like a flower because it increased so much that it's rippled now, right? So I have this big, huge ripple thing, like tent over my body. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? And then I read back, and it tells you to repeat this section, not this section. So I tore it all out. I'm supposed to be at 304 stitches around at this point right here. I am, which is great. I was at 754, I think, something like that, when I took it off. So that's why it was taking me so long to get around the rows. So, but I really like the feel of this yarn. I really love how it's looking. And of course, you guys know I love my yellows and stuff like that. So I'm almost done. I need 4 more rows of just this normal, not an increase in normal. And then I'm going to take this off and try it and see where I'm at. And then we do a few raglan rows down at the bottom just to finish it out, to bring it down to here. And then I'll start on the body on that. I'll probably work on this today. So that was a long kind of tangent type thing on that. Sorry. So, but that's all the stuff that I worked on. So what I finished was I am starting the process of transferring my knitting or my crocheting toys that I sell, my patterns on here, into knitting, so that whether you knit or crochet, you can go onto my site and you say you like this cat, you can make it either way or both ways, who knows. So one thing that I did realize, I'm not sure why, it could just be just the way that things work. I'm assuming it's because the crochet rows are higher up than the height difference is on the knitting. This is the same size needle hook, it's 5mm, same stitches, same count, everything like that, but obviously my knit is smaller than my crochet version, and it does make sense that the crochet would be, I guess, bigger, because like I said, the stitches, the rows are higher than the knit rows. But I got this done. I need to finish writing this up. So as soon as I get this wrote up, I'll be posting this. I'll be sending it out to a couple of people to try it out first, to make sure that I wrote this out correctly, because this will be my first knitting pattern ever writing up. But I think it turned out cute. I think it turned out, I think either way, rather you do a knit one or a crochet one, it turns out into a cute little kitty. So that's what I'm going for. So, yeah. Cute. If you are, and that's with any of my patterns, the gauge doesn't really matter. You can make this with bulky yarn. You can make it with sock weight yarn. I've made these with sock weight yarn, crochet wise anyways, and I think I've showed you guys those in a way back episode. It doesn't matter the size of gauge that you use. What matters is to make sure that you're, and with any of toys, in my opinion, is that you make sure that the stitches don't have holes in them, so that you're not showing your stuffing. That's the only thing. Gauge doesn't matter. If you use huge needles and huge thread, you're just going to get a huge toy. That's it. So, and that'll go with the knitting as well. I noticed that you have to be a little bit careful with the knitting, because knitting in general is more stretchy than crochet. So you might have to size down a needle size than what you would normally use for the yarn, just to make sure that it's nice and tight, and not showing any holes or anything like that. So pretty cute. I like it. I'll work on that. Try to get that out to you guys as soon as possible. It's just been a little hectic lately. So that's it for knitting, crocheting, whatever that I have. I know it's not a super long fun episode to show you tons of things like I normally do. But I'm getting there. I'm getting better. One thing that we do have in the house now is my son's birthday is coming up. And he's been wanting a rat for a few years now. And we decided to go ahead and get him a rat this year. And because rats are social animals, you need them in pairs. So I got myself a rat as well. And you're asking, Michaela, you have a daughter. Why doesn't your daughter get a rat? My daughter does not get the rat because she already has a cat and a dog. And we want to make sure that she focuses on them. She's obviously more than welcome to hold the rat. There's nothing like she's going to be holding the rat and playing with the rat. But the rat is mine. And the other thing too was my son is 6. He is a responsible 6-year-old. But as far as cleaning the cage properly, I didn't think that he would be good with that, up to my standards of clean. So feeding and watering, though, he's fine. He already does it with the cats. You know, the dogs get fed by my daughter. They're very good, responsible wise as far as that goes. But the rat is mine, and so my responsibility with the cage is to clean it because I have a rat in there. And Ray's responsibility is to feed and water the rats because he has a rat in there. So it kind of makes it so that he doesn't feel like I'm taking his responsibility away for sharing it. I know it's kind of a weird thing, but it works out for our family. And I got a rat. His name, Ray's named his rat Chuck E. Cheese, Chucky for short. But he's also calling him Fuzzies for short. So Chuck E. Cheese may change. We just got him yesterday, so we'll see. And then mine doesn't have a concrete name yet, but my husband and I went through several different names, and Rourke is the top of my list. I think that Pilot or Carver was on the top of my husband's list. So we're still debating on our rat's name. We love our rats. They're so cute. They're little babies. They're 6 weeks old. They're obviously still shy, but we'll warm them up. Maybe I'll bring them on to show you guys sometime when they get a little bit more comfortable with us. So that is all I have for you guys. A lot of ranting, a little bit of yarn, some finished stuff. So I will see you hopefully next week, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.